I've heard so much about Project Epoch that I figured I might as well give it a look and see what all this hype is about. It's a server in the making, it's not released yet, and it's supposed to be a Classic Plus project, so based on vanilla with some custom changes and content. It's also built on the Wrath of Lich King client, that means 3.3.5, much like Warmane's Onyxia right now, which is currently on the TBC expansion. And the video is of course sponsored by gtopbunny.com, the #1 supporter of this channel. Check them out, their collection of even classic World of Warcraft private servers. See what they recommend, what people have voted for, and thanks gtopbunny for sponsoring the video. There's still no release date. It says on the website coming when it's ready, which is probably a better idea than telling someone you have a complete roadmap of the server, which actually happened over a year ago. They said it's gonna be launching in 2024, early 2024. So it's been over 1 year, and even in this post they were already apologizing to the players for waiting for so long and thanking them for being patient. There was a complete roadmap for what's coming, how the patches will release throughout the year, still talking about 2024, and nothing happened. I'm not familiar with the situation. If there's someone that knows more, or if there's actual people from the project, please let us know in the comments. Why such a huge delay? This is not the only World of Warcraft private server that's ever got delayed, and there have been servers that delayed a little bit and were still hugely successful. But if it's delayed by over a year, that's pretty strange. And I've also heard that there's the last stage of open beta starting in about 2 or 3 days. Supposedly the last stage. Here's a comment from Epoch admin. Project Epoch is a custom Classic Plus style server aiming to introduce new and altered content to the vanilla world. Built on a 3.3.5 client with extensive modifications both client and server side to reproduce an authentic vanilla experience. Over 1,000 new quests have been added, hundreds of new items, large reworks of professions, plenty of PvP content, completely revamped dungeons, and so much more. They also have their own Discord server with currently 4,358 online members at 9:30 p.m. EU time, and overall over 12,000 members. So this project seems to be really popular. So I'd say there's a good chance there's gonna be a couple thousand people at launch. I assume this hasn't changed since. This was posted in July 2022, 2.5 years ago. And it says that the server will be a PvE server with cross-faction gameplay. No release date, but there's a list of custom content. Max level 60, just like on vanilla. 61 talent points available at max level. Experience required per level restored to a vanilla state. Does that mean ×1 experience? No blood elves, no Draenei, no death knights. Oh, there's a few additional race and class combinations added with appropriate class quests. They're gonna have undead paladins. Cross-faction grouping, chatting, and trading have been enabled. Sharing quests is disabled across faction boundaries. There's a war mode, soul of iron mode, and explorer's contract. So let's see, what exactly is this? War mode within faction capitals, flag yourself for enforced PvP out in the world with a way to revert back to PvE for a scaling fee. PvP kills within the world will have a chance to reward bloody coins that can be redeemed for combat items and cosmetics. So good news for many players that don't like world PvP being enabled. You can disable it if you choose so, but if you enable it, you will get some extra rewards. Soul of Iron within faction capitals, mark yourself for a season of mastery influenced hardcore mode with a title for reaching maximum level without dying. Your character is not deleted on death, but you must complete a walk of shame back to a city to be able to use it properly. That's a really good idea. So the time that you spend leveling that character doesn't just come in vain. Your character doesn't get deleted, but you actually have a chance to play it as a regular character afterwards if you die. Explorer's Contract. The Steamwheel Cartel are offering 50% reduced experience contracts before level 6 that cannot be switched off. You will receive goodies and achievements as you level in the slow and steady manner. Then there's some racial knowledge feature that lets you swap your racials, and even new cosmetic racials. Custom classes. As a base, all classes have been restored to use TBC talents and abilities, Any additional changes labeled below should be viewed with that mindset. Any abilities that would normally come above level 60 in TBC have been added at lower levels to the trainer or class quest. Okay, so let's see a class I know really well. Well, I don't really know any class in TBC that much. Let's see a paladin. Undead paladins have received a new sunken temple chain. What the fuck is that? Undead paladins have custom level 40 and level 60 mounts. Ooh, interesting. The following abilities will now apply to your full raid group, all the auras, okay? Paladins no longer have faction-based seals, but have race-based seals, okay? Some changes to the instances, dungeons, dead mines overhaul, Scarlet Monastery, visual tweak, Daramol removed as a dungeon. It will return at a later date in another form. Tolbarad Island can be found in the world south of South Shore and Barren Bay. This will serve as a level 60 max level dungeon available at launch. Raids tier 2 onwards have been disabled until their appropriate time arrives. Onyxia's Ladder has received an interior overhaul with expanded rooms to house 2 additional bosses, bringing this raid to a 3 boss raid total. That's gonna be interesting. Molten Core will receive all new mechanics and raid loot additions. Hundreds of new armor and weapon items have been added via custom quests and dungeon loot and more. Professions, many new profession trainers added throughout the world. Various new recipes for following professions. All battlegrounds except Warstone Gouge are disabled until the Call to War patch arrives and they can begin unlocking. New battleground, Gilligim's Isle? What the fuck? Gilligim. Does it say Gilligim, right? Gilligim's Isle. A new outdoor timed battlefield event. Hundreds of new quests, 600 plus, have been added across the following zones. That's many zones. And then some interface changes. Yo, so that's a lot of changes. What's the XP rate? Here it is. Project Epoch will have ×1 rates, like we said, but hundreds of new quests have been added to ensure a unique leveling experience. Cross-faction everything except battlegrounds and world bosses. There will be dual talent specialization. Classes will be in a TBC state with tweaks to adjust them to level 60. And here at the bottom, you can't see, is random dungeon finder enabled. No form groups socially and walk to the dungeon. However, summoning stones will work as they did in TBC onwards. Is multi-boxing allowed? 1 player equals 1 client, no exceptions. Alright, so that's the basic information about the server. There's a lot of what I had to skip through because there's just so many changes. You can visit the website. You can check the Discord server, browse through all the channels, communicate with the community over there, and find out whether this server is something you'd be interested about. As I said, we don't have the release date yet. It seems to be coming closer, but again, if somebody tells you they're going to release in 2024 and it's 2025 and it's still not out yet, sounds good though. Sounds really good. I wish them the best of luck. Hope they have a successful launch. Hope all the people that have been waiting for it for so long are happy playing there. And I love seeing new custom content and changes to the game that we all already know so well. ×1 raids though, I'm sure somebody's gonna appreciate. It's not me. Thanks for watching. Let me know if there's any information that I forgot to cover or that I don't know about. As I said, I haven't been following this project up until just now, since people have been asking about it so much and raving about how amazing it's gonna be. Like, subscribe, comment, and see you in World of Warcraft.